Okay, very good afternoon, dear students. Afternoon and welcome to the class. So I will be dealing with debate writing, and I will be particularly dealing with some of the important points related with debate writing. So hopefully I hope that you all will be attending the class with utmost seriousness. So hereby I am about to share the screen with all of you. It will be displayed very shortly. And after it is been displayed, do let me know whether you all can see the screen properly or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the screen is visible. Fine. So we will be dealing with debate writing. The word limit is 120 to 150. Okay, of debate writing. And though I have written here 125, it is 120 to 150. Very important part of creative writing skills, or we can say a very important part of advanced creative writing skills. So let me start, but first of all we should know what exactly is a debate, or what is debate writing all about. But before that, what is a debate? Debate is a formal discussion on a particular matter in a public meeting or in a legislative assembly. You have seen it in the assembly also, in the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. You have seen also there is debate. Okay, you have seen it in the public forum, in the public conference, in many public meetings also. I hope you had seen debate. You might have participated in debate contest also. Now, what basically happens in a debate contest, or in debate rather, opposing arguments are put forward, and which usually ends with a vote, and finally it ends with a vote. Now voting is done, and after that the winner is declared. Now there are some guidelines that we have to follow. Okay, while writing a debate, we have to follow certain suggestions, certain tips, certain guidelines. So I hope that this particular portion is visible to all of you. So let me move on right now. Okay, so the first and foremost, what is the first and foremost thing we have to remember? That choose the side whether you want to write for or against the motion. You have to be mentally prepared that whether I will be writing for the motion or I will be writing against the motion. You have to have that mental preparation at the back of your mind. Okay, sometimes in the question paper it will be given for the motion, sometimes it might be given against the motion. Now if in the question paper it is not mentioned, then it is up to you whether you want to write for the motion or against the motion. But if it is mentioned in the question paper, then if you attempt debate writing, then you have to follow whatever instruction is given in the question paper. Okay, that is the first step. You have to fix in your mind, okay, that what exactly I am about to write, if I write for the motion or if I write against the motion. Next point, always try to select the side you personally want to support and have more material information to write on. Now this is something very important. You have to select the side you personally want to support. Okay, suppose you are about to write for the motion, you have to have all the information, logical, and not only logical but rational also. You have to be very logical, you have to be very rational also, and you should have the material what are needed. Okay, see, always try to select the side you personally want to support and have more material information to write on. You should have a lot of idea, or rather to say ideas, regarding the topic on which you are writing. Okay, whether you are writing for the motion or whether you are writing against the motion, that is the secondary factor. The most important factor is that you should have enough material. Okay, material in the sense that you should have enough ideas at the back of your mind while you are attempting debate writing, then definitely you can move for the motion or against the motion. That is up to you, or that you have to follow the guidelines as given in the question. Now there is another important point that I like to say in this regard. It is preferable to make a choice during reading time. Yes, now see, while you are reading the question, you have to make a choice. Okay, if normally it is given without mentioning for or against the motion, then obviously it depends on your choice, that how you want to present the topic in the exam hall, how you want to write it. Now whether you want to write it for the motion or you want to write it against the motion, preferably it depends on your reading time, and preferably it depends on the choice that you are making. Okay, so I hope up to this it is clear to all of you. Is there any doubt at the back of your mind? You can ask me. Is there any doubt, or is it clear to all of you? Shall I move on to the points to remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, so let us move on to points to remember. Now, an ideal debate, the structure of an ideal debate, that one is something you have to know. The structure of an ideal debate, it consists of 4 paragraphs. Okay, and what are those? First one, introduction or salutation. Next one is problem. Third one is solution, and the fourth one is the conclusion. So an ideal debate actually consists of 4 important paragraphs. Okay, and this division of the paragraph is very, very important. Now let me scroll a bit down. Now in introduction, what exactly we should write? Okay, that we should know, because in term 2 till now we know that the paper is subjective, right? That means you have to write. Now how will you proceed, and in which way you should start your intro? That is something very important. See, even in the solved samples that I had already uploaded in the Google Classroom, that later I will be shared in the WhatsApp, if you go through those samples also, you will get a lot of information, you will get a lot of ideas how to move on and how to do it. See, good morning everyone, esteemed judges, honorable guests, respected teachers, and my fellow friends and my fellow students. So this is the typical way, dear students, I repeat one more time what I told right now. This is the typical way of starting a question, okay, or rather to say a question that is related with a debate. Okay, how will you start? You can start it in this way. Then obviously the name will be mentioned in the question. Sometimes it is not mentioned. If a name is mentioned, it is better, it becomes easier. Then you can write that name, or else you can do one thing also. If XYZ, if it is possible, if you don't want to mention your name also, and if no name is mentioned there, or if only any other A, B, C or XYZ is mentioned, you can mention that one also. See, the name is given in the question, or else you can mention XYZ. Feel honored to have been given the opportunity to speak. Now a topic might be given, you can speak for the motion, that means for the topic, or you can speak against the topic. Okay, so name of the topic already from the question paper you can get it. Okay, so this is very, very important. I feel honored to have been given the opportunity to speak. Now obviously you won't be speaking. At the end of the day you will be writing in the exam hall by sitting in the exam hall, but you have to start the intro part in this way. This is the best possible way to start the intro part. Okay, name of the topic should be given. If name is given in the question paper, it's okay. If not, then you can give XYZ, or if you wish you can give your initial name also. So this is the way you have to frame the intro part. Now the body is the main paragraph or the body of your answer. Okay, now how will you proceed, or rather to say how will you move? The first important thing is that always begin with the meaning of the topic or the explanation of the topic in not more than a line. Now this is very important, that whatever you have to write, you have to write specifically and to the point. Unnecessary things should not be written. Okay, when you are trying to explain, okay, what is the meaning of the topic or what the topic is all about, my advice is that don't write more than a line. Okay, because you have to write many other things. And also at the back of your mind, dear students, please remember about the word limit. 120 to 150, you should not exceed, okay, that word limit. Now clear up to this? Obviously you have to specify the topic, you have to clarify the topic. So don't take more than a line in order to specify it, in order to clarify it. Don't take more than a line. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now the next one you see, then start quoting the issues. Now here it is important you follow a sequence, a proper sequence. You have to follow a proper sequence. That is the reason I advise you previously in case of note making also, I had advised you that make a rough draft. Okay, now here also the same thing I am advising you, that the last 2 pages of your answer sheet can be used as a rough work, and there you can jot down the points, okay, in a sequence, in a proper sequence. Then while you are making it fresh in that during that time, you can take help of all those points. But remember, while you are writing those points in the answer sheet, on the last 2 pages of the answer sheet, in the rough page suppose, okay, it should follow a proper sequence. That means the ideas of the points that you are framing, it should be in a proper sequence. Any doubt? You can clarify, dear students. Is there any doubt up to this, or is it clear to all of you? Both of you understood? Shubhayun and Oitijjo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let us move on. It is possible that you have too many points or very few points. It can happen. A topic you have practiced a lot, it came in the exam. Obviously you will be overjoyed, and your mind will be stuffed with so many points because you are quite familiar with the topic. Now suppose you get an unfamiliar topic, you are not so familiar, you have read about it a bit but not extensively, and you have very few points. Now in both the cases the scenarios are different. Okay, so how will you proceed, or what exactly will you do? That is important. See, let us consider the first case scenario where a topic is very much common and you have too many points. Okay, then what will you do? Obviously you have to be selective, and what you have to select, you have to select the best ones, the best points, and after that, after selecting those best points, you have to write a line on each. In case you have very few already, explain them in at least 2 lines each. Suppose considering the other case scenario, if you have very less points, then try to elaborate those points only, because there you don't have that relaxation or liberty that okay fine, I have less points, let me write 1 line each. No, you can't do that. When you have too many points and the topic is familiar to you, then only you can do that. You can select the best ones. As I told you, you have to be selective that at that moment. But if the scenario is something else, the topic is familiar but not so much familiar to you, okay, and you have very less points, whether you are writing for the motion or whether you are writing against the motion, that is another thing. But suppose you are writing on a topic and you have very less points, in that case what you will do? You have no other option, you have to do the debate. Okay, you find that the letter that has been given, official letter as an option, that is more difficult for you. So what you will do? You will leave that question? No, you have to attempt, right? So in that case what you will do, the less familiar topic, suppose if you get it, at least you elaborate the points that you have. Okay, but remember, those points should not be wrong points. Those points should be logical points. Those points should be rational, because debate is all about argument and counter argument. But remember, the one who is actually stating and the one who is doing an argument, both are being done in a very polite manner, and both from their perspective are logical. They had to be logical. Illogical things in a debate has no place. I repeat one more time, dear students, illogical things in a debate practically has no place. So you have to be logical, you have to be rational, and definitely you have to write to the point. That is important. Okay, so I am moving on. Make sure you are clear with your thoughts. Only then you will be able to put them into words unambiguously. You have to be very focused. Okay, unambiguously means with a lot of confidence, with a lot of self-pride. Finally you can put it into words. Your thoughts will get a proper shape. Okay, and that is possible only when your thought process is very clear and compact. When your thought process is very clear and compact, then you can present it properly. Whether you are speaking for the motion, whether you are speaking against the motion, that is definitely a factor. But whatever which part of the debate you are focusing on, that depends on your clear thoughts. Okay, that depends on your clear concepts. Okay, if your concept is wrong, if you are not confident enough, if you haven't arranged your sentences properly, then I'm afraid then obviously marks will be less. So these things, dear students, you have to note properly in case of a debate. Now, solution. See, basically we all know the proverb, dear students, that every solution has a problem. Every problem has a solution, right? So whatever problem is there, there is a solution. This is an age-old proverb. Now suppose in a debate, you have to, being a concerned citizen, you have to present your own point of view also in a solution part that can act as a remedy also. But remember one thing, you should be very much precise and crispy in the what you are writing. I hope you know the meaning of precise and crispy. You have to be to the point. You have to write to the point. Okay. So now many a times what you can do in case of solution while you are writing in a debate, you can memorize some quotations also in your mind. Okay, now why I am saying it to memorize some quotations, because these quotations come in handy. Okay, these quotations are very, very important, and these quotations come in handy. You can use these quotations. Suppose you are writing on a debate that is related with national integration. Suppose you are writing a debate that is related with harmony, national harmony. Okay, harmony among the nations, among the states within our country. In that case, we can use these three quoted lines like unity is strength, united we stand, divided we fall. Wherever there is unity, there is victory, isn't it? We can quote all these lines. So always, as for example, I am saying you. So my dear students, my point of discussion is that every time keep some quotations and tactfully use those quotations related with the topic on which you are writing. Okay, I hope I made myself very clear. Tactfully use it. That means the quotation I am using, it is very much interrelated with the topic. Okay, if it is not interrelated with the topic, then obviously marks will be less, marks will be deducted. So the quotation that you are giving, it should have connection with the topic on which you are attempting. Okay, am I clear? Am I understandable to all of you? Whatever
Yes,
I
sir.
told? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So now conclusion. Remember one thing, just like you possibly have seen by now, you possibly know by this time that whenever I conclude my class, okay, my online classes, when I conclude your class, what I say, thank you for a patient hearing, take care. Okay, I say all this. So see, because the conclusion also should be done well in a very proper manner. So what exactly is this conclusion part all about? We have to know that. See, this part actually involves clarification of your statement. Whatever you have written earlier in the debate, okay, it involves actually clarification of your statement and stance, along with thanking the audience for being such patient listeners. As I tell every time, this paragraph needs to be short and precise. Remember one thing, it should be crispy, compact, to the point. These things we know. Okay, one more important thing is that this conclusion should not be lengthy. Just like the entire debate has to be written to the point, no question of making it bulky and lengthy. Obviously that will not allow you to get marks. That will, I am afraid, may help you to lose marks. Okay, so which way you will prefer? Definitely you will go by the word limit 120 to 150. Okay, so just like the entire thing, okay, has to be compact, to the point, also in the same way the conclusion also should be short and precise. It should be to the point. Okay, now 5 marks is there for debate writing. The format 1 marks, content 2 marks, grammatical accuracy and spellings 1 marks, coherence and relevance of ideas and style, it carries 1 marks. Actually grammatical accuracy, relevance of ideas and style, all these are within this expression. So now if you add up all this, it is 5 marks. If there is any changes, I will let you know, don't worry about it. So this is one part of the discussion that I had done right now. Is there any doubt at the back of your mind after this? Is there anything you want to ask me, or is it clear to you all? Is it clear? Have you all understood? Okay, fine. So I'm now moving on to one more important part, or rather to say one more important material related with debate. Yes, it is this. So first of all, my dear students, please confirm me whether this is visible to all of you or not. This is visible. Things to remember. Yes, I hope. Yes, okay, that's good. See, things to remember while attempting a question on debate writing. Okay, so what are the things that you should remember and what are the things you should avoid? Okay, so we know that do's and don'ts. Yes, it is that. So what are the things that we have to do while we are framing, or while we are composing a debate? What are the things that we have to follow? See, before you begin writing, write down all the points. Okay, that is the thing. At the very beginning of my online class in the afternoon today, I told you all that before you start writing, assemble, gather all the points, okay, and then write down those points at the back of your answer sheet or rough sheet, so that you do not forget any important points, so that you do not forget any relevant points while writing. This also helps you in maintaining a proper sequence, which is very important. As I told you, if you don't maintain a proper sequence, your style of writing, maybe how good it is, okay, if the points are haphazard, then obviously marks will be deducted. So it is advisable, just like in note making I told you that every point should follow a proper sequence. Here also, arrange and assemble all the points in a proper sequence, and then you plunge into writing it properly. Okay, so arranging the points is very, very important. Next one, make sure you double check for grammatical accuracy and spellings. They carry marks. Yes, grammatical accuracy and spellings are to be checked, because if there is grammatical errors and if there is spelling mistakes despite grammatical accuracy is there, then also marks will be deducted. So grammatical accuracy and spelling should be taken care of. Leave an adequate number of lines between paragraphs to make it look clean. This is important. Leave lines. Leave the number of lines between paragraphs to make it look clean, because if you write without leaving a paragraph, okay, then ultimately marks again will be deducted, and obviously adequate number of lines should be left after you complete one particular paragraph, because ultimately it makes the entire write-up neat and clean. That is something very important. Now I am moving on. Underlining the main points is very important, but it is advised to do it after finishing your exam. Now in CBSE papers this is advisable, not only in my subject, in other subjects also, that if you underline the main points, the evaluator, in the eyes of the evaluator, you will achieve a good impression. I hope I made myself very clear. So my suggestion to all of you is that the main point should be underlined. Okay, now use a pencil and scale for underlining, not only in case of debate, okay, in case of other topics also. While you are writing an exam, the main points or the important points should be underlined. It creates a good impression, and as I told you, keep some quotes. Quotations is very important, but tactfully use those quotes. Presentation is very important. Read a lot of debates to get an idea. That is the reason I've given some solved solution. Go through it, it will give you an idea, and you should be well aware what is happening in your country. You should be aware of the environmental issues, the political issues, the social issues, the health issues that is going on in your country, and definitely of the world as a whole. Okay, it can be linked with a lot of problems we are facing today on a personal and on a global level, and this type of information, if you collect, if you go through, if you culture, okay, this type of information related with our country and globally also, it will boost up your confidence. Okay, the more knowledgeable you are and more actual right information if you carry, then obviously debate writing is for you. Whether you write for the motion or against the motion, debate writing is for you. You have to be well informed. I hope I made myself very clear, dear students. You have to be well informed. Okay, now what are the things you should avoid? First of all, don't give your personal details, not needed. Name, school, address, no need. Never write in one go. Please change the paragraph, and as I told you, leave a certain space after completing one paragraph. It looks clear and the handwriting also looks distinct. Remember it. I mean, don't use any slang terms or don't use any short forms or abbreviations. Practically speaking, frankly speaking, not needed. Don't write the wrong facts. Give the right information. Even if you have less information also, try to give authentic information. Don't write wrong facts. Okay, that won't help you. That won't help the cause. Word limit is 120 to 150. A correction here, it will be 120 to 150. And most importantly, don't invest too much time in debate, because there are other things that you have to do. Okay, so that is it. That is for the class. I hope do's and don'ts, this one is also very much clear. As far as the instruction, I had already given you a thorough information regarding it. So is there any doubt at the back of your mind, dear students?
No, sir.
Okay,
No, sir,
fine.
clear.
Okay, fine. So I leave you today. Tomorrow again we will meet. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Stay safe.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Bye,
you.
sir.
Stay safe. Thank you, and have a nice day. Thank you.